You guys know that I've been talking about Ashley Stewart a lot. I love the clothes, I love the brand. And about 2 or 3 years ago, I started working with Ashley Stewart. One, I always was a customer of Ashley Stewart. But when I met the following man I'm about to introduce you to, you're going to know why I really love the brand now. He is the founder of Fire Pine. He's the CEO of Ashley Stewart, and he's my friend, and I'm bringing him with me, Mr. James Ree. Hi, James.
Loni. Hi.
First of all, how are you and your family doing during this time of the pandemic?
You know, we're all right. We live outside Boston. You know, we're all safe. A little bit stressed for a lot of people. We're doing okay, you know.
But everybody is safe. I just wanted to make sure that was okay. And you're healthy and you're doing all right.
Doing okay. How about you?
I'm hanging in there, working from home, doing a lot of work. And you sent me a gift that was so nice. You actually sent me a lot of gifts right here. And this is what I'm saying about working with brands that care, and Ashley Stewart does. But I know you, but explain to people a little bit about your background and what you do.
I grew up Long Island, first gen. Spent most of my life in investing, and I still do it. Kind of like, I know private equity gets a bad name, but that's sort of, for lack of a better word, that's my background. I have my own firm. I do high impact investing. Used to be a former high school teacher. So
and you went to Harvard. Don't forget that part.
Yeah.
You went to Harvard.
I did. You know,
you're the editor of the Harvard Law Review. Yeah.
I was an editor of the Harvard Law Review. Yes. Not the editor in chief, but an editor. Yeah. The Harvard Law Review. So I'm like a weird, I love people, but I'm a lawyer and I'm a financier, but I'm almost 50. May not look it, but I am.
You look good. What I want people to understand about you, James, is that Ashley Stewart was in a very dire place.
Yes.
Explain that, because people need to understand what you did to turn this whole brand around.
In 2013, Ashley Stewart was about to go away, away. It had been 22 years of not having a lot of success as a company, and it was done. Had already been bankrupt once before. I kept asking myself, how has this company lived for 22 years, not making money, not having Wi-Fi, no computers in the stores?
Wow.
And you know why? It's because it served a purpose beyond clothes. And the more I dug and met the women in the stores, it was a safe place. It is one of the few, arguably the largest apparel retail business that was focused on Black women who happened to be size 12 and up. There are not many of these places for this woman.
Mm-hmm.
So that was what I was like, oh my gosh, this is historically important. And the story of the business to me was a metaphor of this woman. She has obstacles and the road's not as easy as it should be, but she is loyal. She works hard.
I think you're a Black woman inside. I think inside of you.
You know what? I think for you to say that would be a great compliment, because the women that I've been around for the last 7 years, the heart, the loyalty, the passion, the resilience, all of these things. I mean, she has to be.
I can remember for plus size women, the only place we could find clothes was in a basement of a department store. And it was usually a duvet cover and you put a belt around it. And then I remember seeing Ashley Stewart one day, and just the displays, the displays were plus size, and it was just beautiful and glamorous. And I'm like, wow. And it was like the colors and the prints. It was something I had never seen before, ever. And so it renewed something in us.
Yeah, unapologetic, right? And when you go into that store, and you have to picture me, 2013. So long story short, I just said, you know what? I raised my hand and said, I'm going to resign from the board. I also kind of resigned from my life in Boston.
Mm-hmm.
And I said, I'm your new CEO. Hi, everybody. And I have zero experience. I'm scared. We have no money. I'm selling stuff to make payroll. You have to picture me walking into a store.
So the stores basically were not making any money. You were trying to do your best. What happened then? What made you save Ashley Stewart?
I couldn't get anyone to give the company money. And I had a moment. I'm like, you know what? I said, in the future, people are going to be lonelier, more in their phones, really search for real friendships. And Ashley Stewart's got it. That was one. Two, I said, I think that the next 10, 20, 30, 40 years, I'm betting on women to be more self-care, like women taking care of themselves, and not listening to what other people say about them. And then the third thing was that I was betting on the broad color brown. You know, that's what I fell in love with. And I was, you know, I made a lot of friends those 6 months. I was alone, right? So I didn't know anyone in retail. Look at me.
Oh, wow.
And, yeah. And so I made a lot of friends and I didn't want to disappoint.
So what happened when you went, nobody bought it from bankruptcy? How did you have to get investors? What happened so that you were able to save it?
Yeah, I called my other world, right? So my other world is my investment world. And so I said, listen, you have to trust me on this. Everyone said no, but to my friends and the people who trust me, they said, James, will you vouch? Are you vouching? I said, I am. And they said, are you going to stay and run it? You've never run anything before. I said, I'm going to stay and run it. And because the ladies in the stores had said to me, they said, is it ride or die? And I said, I didn't really know exactly what that meant. I was like, oh, no. So I'm kind of like, you know, ride or die, ride it. Oh, you know, let's go. And so I called in favors, and you know, and she called in favors too. And she's, you know, her customers, which are her friends, they rallied around this brand in 2014. The customers brought back clothes hangers to the stores because they knew the company was in trouble.
Wow.
This isn't a retail company. Like no customer does that to a normal store.
Wow.
And back then there was not really even any e-com either. So that's how it started. It was like one person at a time. It was about trust. Because, you know, I got hazed a little bit, right? And they were like, you know, you don't look the part, but then within 20 seconds, you know, it's reading people. And she's like, you're for real. And I'm like, totally. You have no idea. Like, I'll fight to the death for you. Like, and I'm going to fight. And we all fought together. And somehow I scrounged up some money from favors and friends. And after that, like, it kind of worked.
Wow.
It took off. We used social media, and I kept saying, one day we're going to have a finale that this is not a retail concept. Someone like Loni Love will be a host of a huge concert that we're going to throw in Brooklyn. And they're like, you're crazy. I don't understand. Like, what? I said, no. Can you see it? We're going to partner with Mark Morial at the National Urban League and register women to vote.
Wow.
And they're like, we don't really see that, but okay. But over the last 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 years now, we've done all of that.
Well, you've been doing a great job of, you know, putting together some great people on your team, and the marketing is like just great with Ashley Stewart. So I want you to introduce one of the people of many that's on your team.
Yeah, so you're about to meet Tamara Ivy, who was there the day that I came in and said, well, hello, I'm your new CEO. She was in fashion merchandising when I first came, but I said, Tamara, you're like a muse. Like, you should be in marketing and engagement. And so we worked together to move her there. And I've been with her. She's been with me every step of the way. So Tamara Ivy, where are you?
Hey.
Hey, Tamara.
Hi, Loni Boo.
Hey, Boo Boo. Well, thank you for all you do. And I just want to talk to you a little bit about working with this character right here. James Reed, and the wonderful work that you all do at Ashley Stewart.
I must say, the day that James is talking about in particular, I was covering the phones up in the front reception area, and James walked in, and I was like, "Hi, sir. Did you need any help with anything?" He's like, "No, I'm good." It was my birthday party, so he walks in, and we love to eat at the office, so we had like a buffet, and he's like, "Ooh, what's going on here?" I had fried chicken, everything. James was like, "Oh, this is fun. I love fried chicken." And we were like, "Wow, he's amazing." Like, look, but at the time, we still didn't know he was our CEO.
Oh,
Yeah, we were just taking in the day, and he was absorbing his, new team. And he was like, "T, what do you want to do?" I said, "You know what? I want to work in marketing. I think we need a new, like a fun way of introducing Ashley Stewart to the world." He said, "All right, let's do it." And from that moment on, he kept his word with everything that he ever implemented. The ride has been so amazing to the point where we incorporate our store teams on every move that we make. We ask them for their opinions. We partner with different influencers who, like yourself, were customers and are still our customers to this day. They are true ride or dies, and they love Ashley Stewart.
it's just a great community for Ashley. How does it feel being a woman of color, having this community, being able to work and help your community?
I think it's important. It feels great, but at the same time, it's needed, right? Because again, to your point, women of color, we've, been, like James said, we've been the underdog for so many years. And, it was time for a new sense of urgency for, okay, this girl, this customer. We know she's in the urban communities. We know her stores are in urban communities across the United States, but what else is there about her? What else can she offer? Is she a teacher? Is she a regular working woman? Is she a judge? We have customers that they cross spans of many different professional backgrounds. And because of Ashley Stewart, it has helped their professional backgrounds. We help them during church flow moments. We help them during their, getting their first job, coming out of domestic violence issues and things like that. So it's very important that, we stand up for this girl and she has a place to go. It's not just about fashion, it's her lifestyle.
Ashley Sword is not just another brand to me because not only do they take care of you physically, but mentally and emotionally.
What do you say to the Ashley Stewart customer right now, or to the one that that maybe kind of question, like, it's like, what makes it so different?
Right. We're different. Our clothing is different. I don't want to say loud, but she's loud and proud. They see you as them. They see me as them. So we wanted the right representation. We want to make sure that we align the brand with the right people, education-wise, philanthropy-wise. Is she a community woman? Is she giving back? Is she paying it forward and keeping her word, So with that, with all those different initiatives, it really resonated and it brought our girl together. So with what I would tell our customer today is stand strong in what you believe in, and keep dreaming and never give up. But always have a reality-based, mindset on where you want to go and where you see yourself. But with that, look good while doing it. Just believe in yourself and believe in what Ashley Stewart has to offer, because we're not just a brand.
I can't wait until the stores, they'll be back open. You can shop online, but when the stores come back open, I'm going to come back and I'm going to see you, okay?
That's right.
Thanks for joining us today.
All right. Thank you, Loni, for having me.
Now, James, that's another thing I want to touch on is that she's talking about community. She's big on scholarships, and you developed something called the Finding Miss Ashley Stewart. Mm-hmm. And I have been blessed to be the MC of that and host it for 2 years in a row. But tell the people that don't know about Finding Miss Ashley Stewart finale what it's all about.
Our customer and store managers, I think, tend to be the unsung heroes in their families, community bases, churches. They hold a lot of things together, wear 15 different hats, 2 jobs. There's a lot that she does. I think that's why a lot of times when you see success on TV, I think a lot of times her kids often say, thanks, Mom. And so that's what Ashley Stewart has been. It's a store for that mom that for like 30 minutes, and once a week she gets like a reprieve, like it's just her time. So we just created this whole thing and said, we're going to use our 88 stores, e-com business, 3 million contact points, 6 million visits to the stores, and create a competition called Finding Ashley Stewart. Finding Ashley Stewart! And we're going to find the 8 role model moms across the country and bring them to King's Theater in Brooklyn and have 3,200 people buy tickets, and Vogue perform, and MC Light perform.
We have someone on the line who was the 2018 Finding Miss Ashley Stewart, Miss Tiffany Flamer.
Hello, everyone.
Oh my goodness.
I still hear, Loni, every time I hear my name said, for some reason, I always think of you. I can never get it out of my head.
Tiffany Flamer. Tiffany, talk about the wonderful experience you had with Finding Miss Ashley Stewart.
It was really like a dream come true. I've never thought in all of my life that I would become Ashley Stewart 2018. It was just an awesome, awesome experience.
There was no way you weren't winning that night. There's 3,200 people, huge theater. Tiffany did community service work so that she could raise enough money so that young women from her former high school in Chester, could come to New York City for the first time. And I know that when I was watching, I was like, please let Tiffany have won, because we're not making it out of here. Like, if she doesn't win,
I know. That is so great to hear about that experience. And it's the experience of community that the Finding Miss Ashley Stewart finale provides. Because all women should be celebrated, all women of all shapes, all sizes. And that's what it actually does. Tiffany, thank you so much for joining us today. And thank you for representing Ashley in just a beautiful and classy way.
Thank you.
Stay safe, Tiffany.
Now, James, the thing I want to talk to you about, and if we can get Tamara back on the line, the reason why we're having this conversation this way is because of this awful pandemic. COVID-19 is devastating everyone all around the world, but especially our community. And Tamara, I would like to give my condolences to you on the loss of your father.
Thank you.
How are you doing?
I'm doing good. Today was the funeral. I just got back in the house not too long ago. It was very surreal seeing him like that, because we just never thought he would go anywhere, He's been sick for a little while with other ailments, but the man is strong. And it was just shocking, when we got the news. And, my sisters and I, we try to keep ourselves together. We're all over 40. So, it wasn't an ugly cry moment. It was just a shock moment. If it wasn't for like my Ashley Stewart family, I don't know. I just don't know. I get texts. I'm answering texts right now from the district managers, store teams, and things like that, because people see me. I'm always on, right? But I really don't cry and do all those things in public. But that's our girl. She'll cry at a beauty pageant and things like that. But, in pain, we do that in silence and, by ourselves. Right. And it's been very trying for me, because my dad 8 years ago was like, I was doing some marketing work for him. And I said, Dad, I got a call for a job out in Jersey. It's kind of far, but it's Ashley Stewart. He was like, child, go and take that job. Right now, I'm not going to have, anything financially ready for you. I think that you need to take that job. That was 8 years ago. And I've been with Ashley Stewart ever since. COVID really came in and it did some things, and it's leaving me sometimes speechless and shocked. But at the same time, my Ashley Stewart family, with this shirt, Ashley Strong, it was kind of part of the whole morphing into our next story, our next chapter. You know, we were always, I am Ashley. We're joining our movement. We are the neighborhood girl gone global, but we are strong. This girl is strong and she's been through a lot. And, you know, for her community, she has to tell her story so that way people can see how to triumph from that.
And, you know, for you to be here on the day of your father's funeral, it just shows just how strong and what a wonderful daughter he made in you. I just want you to know that. And my condolences are with you and your whole family, and
Thank you so much.
your prayers.
Thank you.
So, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Here.
All right.
James, with that being said, this is a rough time. It's a rough time for the stores because all the stores are closed. Online shopping is available and people should still shop online, especially my collection. That is a beautiful collection. Thank you very much, James. But what are we going to do? What is going to happen to Ashley now with the stores? What are your predictions? What are your hopes?
It's scary. Like we overcame what I thought was impossible 7 years ago, but this is different and it was hard. So early on, like the stores have been shut down now since March 17th. We can't do this forever because we've kept a lot of our full-time employees. We're still paying them. We're not a big company. We're running, look, money's really tight. Luckily we stuffed a bunch under a mattress and but I'm worried. It sickens me because I know that what this company is. I know the friendships and relationships that have been there for 30 years. I know what we're fighting for. I shut down the stores when I did because of the impact this virus I knew was going to have on Black America. Mm-hmm. In the beginning, like some joking, some not joking, but some people took it seriously that somehow that this wasn't going to impact Black people.
Right.
And I freaked out. I just said, oh my gosh, that's not true. And so I had a lot of very tough conversations with employees across the country. I said, that's not true. Like, And so we shut down our stores March 17th. We just like the field, they still wanted to work. And I'm like, no, I'm not letting you work.
Right.
So we went dark March 17th. And then since then, lo and behold, right? Oh, this stupid virus is over-indexed, killing African Americans across the country at every level.
Yeah.
Our customer base, she's on the front lines, and you know that's why we partner with Susan G. Komen and a lot of the medical initiatives. Like she doesn't get the same information and care that she should.
Exactly. The studies have shown that. The studies show that we, you know, disproportionately when it comes to medical things like that, the doctors don't even listen to us half of the time. So it's just, but things will change, and it has to change, you know.
And I'm hoping our story helps propel that, you know, like it's like our business story has been a story for a lot of our customers. We get letters and Instagrams, Facebook saying, if the company could reinvent itself like that from death's door, Ashley Stewart's, I'm Ashley Stewart. I'm going to do that. I'm going to go back to school. I'm going to go get another job. I'm going to change career paths. I'm going to take care of myself. We get this all the time. And so the pressure of being part of Ashley Stewart, the company, is that our customers are looking at our company. It's her. It's Ashley Stewart.
Right.
So how can we not take care of our employee base and protect them from the virus?
Has anyone contacted you, being the CEO, about possibly what will happen once they open up the stores, they reopen?
Yeah, we have been using this time because remember, we retained a lot of our store full-time employees throughout this. So everyone's been working on new protocols to open up the store safely. Everyone's co-authoring it. So we're going to try to open up a store in Mississippi appointment only, 2 women per hour allowed in the store, like really tailored shopping experience, very safe, 2 people. And all of the stores leaders wrote it for us. They said, we would feel, let's start like this.
Mm-hmm.
And let's take baby steps. And they all feel good about it because they all miss coming to the stores, just like the customers do. Like, they're going crazy in their house.
Right.
I'm going crazy. I miss my friends in the stores. And
right.
We're gonna start with that. But I'm not ever gonna push them to do something that's not safe. This sounds awful, but I'd rather them be unemployed than sick.
Yeah.
As much as that pains me to say, but it hurts. Like
we'll get through this, James. I mean, just your kindness and also your determination, you will get through this. We'll all get through this. And I just want to personally thank you for believing in us and giving us something. And, it's just that this is a time that we just have to work through. But I wanted to speak to you because I wanted people to see the real reason why I'm just so in love with Ashley Stewart. And you're part of the reason. The people that you have working for you are just magnetic. And that's why I wanted to have this conversation today, so that you could meet and be introduced to some of the people that I work with. It's a wonderful brand. When the stores reopen, please go and support the stores because it's for us. You are a great worker. You have great workers with you, and things will be okay. It will work out. We're going to think positive. Can you do that for me?
Every day. Will you bring back hangers to the store, Loni?
You guys, on Café Mocha to go, we will be sharing updates about how Ashley Stewart is doing, what stores are opening and when, what will be the protocol. So you guys look out for all of that. Again, thank you to Mr. James Reed. Thank you to Tiffany Flamer and Tamara for being here. But James, I know you're busy. We will let you go, but thank you so much for your time.
Thanks, Loni. I'll see you in LA soon, I hope.
Yes, soon.
Okay.
Okay.
Take care of yourself.
Take care, my friend.
Bye.
Bye. I want to thank everyone today for my first Café Mocha to go. Ashley Stewart is such a great brand. I wanted to introduce them to you guys. I hope you understand a little bit more about what it's about. And if you can, go to ashleystewart.com to see my collaboration. I have a spring collaboration and a summer collaboration. It's beautiful clothes and you want to check it out. You can check it out online at ashleystewart.com. Thank you so much for listening. We are #AshleyStrong. And if you like this, #AshleyStrong. Until then, I'll see you.